So let me introduce our guest today. Hello, everyone, guys. So today we will have our another exciting session of Tea with Taiko, where we talk about our ecosystem projects. They talk about their progress, their experience on building on Taiko, and their future plans. So stick with us here. I guess we will hear today a lot of alpha information, a lot of insights into Swing and Kodo Exchange. I have just posted the reminder about our Tea with Taiko sessions. So I guess our users will see that and join us. And I will be very pleased if you guys can share the announcements or maybe some reminders in your Discords or Twitter, so we have more people here to join us today and ask us questions. Okay, I see we have already 15 people here in the audience, and I guess we can start with some basic questions regarding your project. So maybe we can talk a little bit about introductions of Kodo Exchange and Swing. So yeah, let's start with that, and then we will continue with another question. So please, Andy or Akshay, you can start introduction.
Sure, I can start. So, hello everyone. Happy to see you here today. So, let me introduce you a little bit Kodo Exchange. So, Kodo, first of all, what you need to know about Kodo, that we are a native DEX on Taiko. That means that Kodo is available exclusively on Taiko only, and you can't interact with Kodo on other chains. Second thing is that Kodo is a fully community-driven project, and that means that all decisions are made in cooperation with our community, and all tokens that we have, we allocate to our community. All fees that Kodo generate, all rewards that we get, we will reallocate to our community. So yeah, and one more thing, Kodo already have a token, and it is available on Taiko mainnet, and you can interact with it anytime you want. That's like a basic introduction of Kodo. And I guess next we can talk about some of Kodo core mechanics and features that we provide for Taiko ecosystem.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Andy, for the introduction of the Kodo Exchange. And let's continue to Akshay, and maybe we can know a little bit more about Swing. What are you guys doing? What are some cases you're working now?
Yeah, hello guys. Thanks, Ole, for putting this together. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Yeah, so thank you guys for putting this stage together and inviting us over. Excited to be here. My name is Akshay, and I'm the marketing manager here at Swing. And here at Swing, what we are building is a cross-chain liquidity protocol. In simple terms, what it means is any Web3 team or developers who are looking to add cross-chain functionality to their dApp, enabling their end users to perform cross-chain bridging or even same-chain swaps on the Taiko ecosystem. They can do so by simply integrating Swing, and they get access to 52 plus EVM, non-EVM chains, the likes of Bitcoin, Cosmos, Solana, straight away, right out of the bag, and they can run with the solutions in a very quick, short span of time, and more saves time as well. Rather than implementing all the chains and bridging routes one by one, we provide this whole package of 100 plus, bridges, bridging routes, dexes, and chains all together. The solutions are available in the form of API SDK and widget. So it makes the the whole cross-chain sort of experience for the Web3 teams and developer pretty seamless to build. So that's what Swing is. And here at Swing, we recently launched our retail interface as well. So that's like the intro about Swing was about, say, it caters to the Web3 teams and developers, but also for the end users, for the retail users as well. We have recently launched our Galaxy Exchange, wherein people can head over to galaxy.exchange and perform these cross-chain swaps and bridging, right by connecting their favorable wallet. So we support Coinbase wallet, MetaMask, Phantom, and many other wallets as well. So from the most popular EVM chains, Ethereum, Linea, Blast, Scroll, Mantle, they can bridge their assets seamlessly over to Taiko with just one click. So that's a brief summary or intro to what Swing is, what we are building, what Galaxy Exchange is, and what you guys can do. But would be happy to talk more about it during this space here.
Thank you, Akshay, for introduction of the Swing and Galaxy Exchange. So basically, you front-ran me about the question, what is the connection between like Swing and Galaxy, and is the Galaxy Exchange the only product of the Swing?
So that would be right to say. Galaxy Exchange is sort of, say, the only product or byproduct of Swing. On the Swing front, though, as I was talking about the solutions for, say, the Web3 teams and developers, we have the APIs, SDK, the widget, and Swing platform as well, which is basically a no-code management tool. So once any Web3 team or developer, they have integrated Swing, the cross-chain solution that we offer, they can manage pretty much anything and everything, with respect to the rules that they want to set out for what chain the end users can use, for what assets the end user can use, setting a monetization on their integration, or even checking out the insights related to transaction and everything. They can do so through the Swing platform.
Thanks for explaining that, Akshay. I think after these, brief introductions of Swing and Kodo Exchange, we can move forward to some of the advantages for people for using your platforms. And maybe we can start with Andy. Maybe Andy, you can share about like your advantages over, for example, other competitors in terms of different sides of your projects, maybe slippages, maybe support of a lot of different tokens, and maybe some unique mechanics. We will be glad to hear that from you.
Yeah, sure. Let me just share my screen a little quickly. Can you see it?
Not yet. At least me, I cannot see it.
I already sharing it, so probably I already see it. Okay, so some users can see it, some can't.
For me it's black screen.
Let me start one more time, if maybe this will work. Okay, guys, so
it works now.
Okay, cool. So just it's couple slides to make everybody better understanding what Kodo features are and what we offer, what basically makes us unique beyond like other dexes that are working on Taiko. So basically, we have two unique features that community can earn like additional rewards for funds. So for the first, we need to understand that we have epoch mechanism earning. So each epoch have 1 week, and each week we have like reset. We start from the first week where we distribute 15 million of Kodo tokens, and each week we reduce this amount by 1%. So each week a little bit less tokens are distributed to community. But here comes a very interesting question: how do we determine who receives these tokens and in what amount? So for this, we have our governance model. We use our governance token Kodo. So basically, we have two tokens. Like Kodo token, it's a liquid token which you can trade and use however you want. And we have Kodo token. It's like staked Kodo token which we use as a governance token. You can get it by locking basically liquid Kodo token, and then you can participate in Kodo governance. So what we can offer to voters who stake their tokens? They can get rewards in two ways. First, they will earn trading fees from the pool they vote for, and they will get fees proportionally to the vote they allocate to this pool. And the second thing they can earn some extra rewards is for bribe mechanism that Kodo make. So if you are liquidity staker and you want to attract more votes to your pool, so you receive more Kodo token for epoch earnings, you can bribe voters by sharing some portion of liquidity with them, and this way you can manage to get more votes for your pool. As for liquidity provider, you will share each epoch rewards that basically Kodo team is giving away to stimulate like providing liquidity for our DEX. So at this slide, you can see like a simplified version how everything works. So we see that we have, let's imagine 15 million Kodo tokens distributed. As I said earlier, we have a little bit less of Kodo token distribution at this moment because epochs are going on, and each epochs you will get a little bit less tokens. So at this point, if we have like 15 million Kodo tokens, and let's imagine we have 3 pools, users vote like 50% for one pool, 40% for second pool, and 10% for third pool. And you can see at the bottom how many Kodo tokens will share liquidity providers of each pool. So according to this, let's imagine that I vote for a pool which gets 10% of votes. So this pool will receive 1.5 million Kodo tokens. And according to the percentage of liquidity that you provided to this pool, also there is 3 examples of users that provided liquidity for this pool. It's just an example for simplifying things. So if you provide like 50% of liquidity to this pool, you will get half of the rewards that this pool got for this epoch. So if you provided 50% of liquidity, you will get 750 1,000 Kodo tokens for this week. That's basically it. That is the core functionality the Kodo DEX brings, like despite the functionality of just swapping tokens. And also the important thing I want to mention there that Kodo DEX have really a huge amount of token pairs that you can trade on our platform. For example, I don't see any DEX that gives ability to swap Rocket Ethereum with Taiko tokens. So we have this pool on Kodo, and we have a lot more pools like this one. But I just want to warn you that you need to be a little bit careful, because not all of these pools have a lot of liquidity, so you need to watch out for slippage percentage and just be careful with that. But we are working on increasing these liquidity stats, and each day we trying to bring more people to interact with Kodo and bring more liquidity so users can swap more easily and get better trading pools, trading pairs to swap. So I guess that's it from my end.
Thank you, Andy, for the presentation of the Kodo. And I guess some people might be interested in that mechanic and want to dive deep in that. So maybe it would be useful to share some links about that, where people can check that, read about that, and see what they can do with that.
Yeah, sure. I just can share the link to Kodo docs. You can read everything here, and I just want to tell that feel free to join our Discord, follow our Twitter. We can answer all your questions if you have some, or you can ask them here. I will try to answer everything I can.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. Yeah, I guess now we can move to Swing, to Akshay, and maybe we can talk a little bit about some advantages of people using Swing. I know that you have launched your Swing Points program recently, so maybe you can a little bit talk about that and show us to do some things on Swing to earn more points in that program, and maybe you can just tell about your plans regarding this program.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, again, thank you for providing this opportunity and setting the stage for talking about swing points as well. So before we jump into that, just say to talk about, say, the functionality or the value that we bring, say, to the Taiko ecosystem as well. So as I was talking about, say, the chains earlier, so in terms of, so what makes Swing sort of, say, stand out from, say, our competitors is definitely the routes that we cover in terms of, the chains that we cover, that through which we can, process the bridging to, say, the Taiko ecosystem. So Arbitrum, and if to name, all of them, or at least the most popular routes, that would be, say, from Arbitrum, from Base, Binance Smart Chain, Blast, then Ethereum goes without saying, then Linea, Mantle, Mode, your Optimism, Polygon, and Scroll, right? So from all these chains is like all these routes we covered when anybody is looking to bridge their assets to Taiko. That's one. And another sort of, say, at least I find it really cool, and I would like the audience here, the community members here, to go ahead and try it out on Galaxy Exchange. One of the cool features that I feel is that you can connect two different wallets on our widget at the same time, which means that say you have funds in your Trust wallet, through which you want to send the funds from, and you want to receive funds on your MetaMask wallet, right? So in this single transaction itself on our widget, you can connect your Trust wallet on the send side, or your Coinbase wallet on the send side, and connect your MetaMask wallet on the receiving side, and you can perform this transfer in just one click. So, or vice versa, right? You can connect MetaMask on the send side and connect the other wallet of your choosing on the receiving side, and you can do that. Yeah, personally, I feel this feature is really, really cool. The capacity or this feasibility to having the option to connect your multiple wallets at once and move funds not just across the chains but across the wallets as well. So that's also there. And yeah, to touch upon the same or elaborate on the first point which I mentioned in terms of the routes, right? So what makes us stand out is since we are at this sort of the product is positioned in such a way wherein we are not sort of dependent on one bridging route, and we aggregate these bridging routes and DEXs together. So what ends up happening is that we are able to provide more liquidity to the end user to perform their bridging of their digital assets. And if in any unfortunate scenario, say one bridging route is down, right, that doesn't impact or hampers the end user experience because we have multiple routes available for bridging to Taiko, and they can go ahead and perform perform their transactions, right? So talking about, say, the routes and bridging and transaction and tying it up to, say, swing points as you just introduced. So yeah, last week Monday is when we went live with our swing points program, and it's in the overall structure is pretty simple. You head over to galaxy.exchange and you perform same chain swaps, you perform cross chain swaps, you perform bridging. Any transaction that you do on Galaxy Exchange, you start accruing swing points. So right now, would say still are the early days, so you can take this early mover advantage. As our dashboard, the swing points dashboard is being built out, which is due to go live in 2 weeks. So once that is out, you would be able to also see and look into how many points that you have accrued. But we have announced or recently dropped an article as well around the launch, which takes you through the points that you accrue per transaction and how that progress. And to keep it fair, say to sort of minimize the whale effect on the points program that we see mostly, we have kept the progression, or we have divided the progression into tiers. So the more as the whale progresses more on these tiers, right? They being a whale, you have the capacity to do thousands of transactions on the platform. Your points accumulation go down in this sort of decreased progression is how you accumulate points. But since you are sort of doing more transactions, you overall will end up accruing the most of the points. But it would still be fair to someone who just ends up doing, let's say, one transaction to try it out, or 10 transactions. They would accrue points heavily in those initial transactions. So we have transaction-based points allocation. Then as an added bonus or boosters, there are points for daily check-ins, your weekly check-ins. So daily check-in, self-explanatory. You head over to Galaxy Exchange, you perform a transaction on a daily basis. Even if it's one transaction that you do, you get some bonus, points on top of the transactional points that you have accumulated. Same as for weekly check-ins. So if you jump in every week, perform a transaction, you get your weekly check-in bonus. And bonuses are allocated for the volume as well. So the more volume that you transact, you get bonuses as per the volume tier as well. So yeah, you have your transaction-based points, you get your daily check-in, weekly check-in points, you get your volume-based points, and around our dashboard in the next 2 weeks, once that goes live, you get or you accrue points for referral as well. So when you refer a friend, they come to Galaxy Exchange, they perform a transaction. So you being the referrer, you end up getting, a percentage of the points that your friend, accumulates. So you get your bonuses, or sorry, you get your points through referral as well. So I guess, yeah, this sort of say, and to and this, I might sideline here from just say swing points a little bit, but that is also sort of, I feel like, since we are talking about say points accumulation and utilizing Galaxy or Swing for such opportunities, given the nature of the product wherein it sits, in this sort of say junction wherein multiple chains, multiple bridging routes are sort of say connected, it ends up opening up opportunities for the end user to accumulate or to grab on the opportunities, which is not just limited to swing points. So say for example, you use Galaxy Exchange, you perform a transaction, or you bridge a transaction to Taiko, right? And this transaction goes through Orbiter Finance as the underlying route, right? So not only you will end up getting swing points on this transaction, but you will also accumulate, the OP points, which is the Orbiter Finance points, which are there. So that's one example. Another example could be that a transaction goes through, let's say, dbridge as the underlying route. So you will end up getting swing points and dbridge points as well. And let's say, and say for example, in case of Taiko, there is Trailblazer XPs which are there in season 2. Though those are not applicable on bridging, but say in the case of same chain swaps, they would be able to accrue Trailblazer XPs plus swing points plus the underlying route, which let's say in the case of